I could never see myself doing what George Floyd did. I'd never be in that position. Men and our natural instincts to be protectors. And we've heard a lot of discussion over the past couple of weeks about, why did he go over there? He should have stayed home. And a lot of second guessing of Kyle Rittenhouse and his behavior. And I just want you to sit back and ask yourself, if your community, where your father lives, where you hold a job, where your grandparents live, was being looted and burned, and there's all kinds of violent activities, again, that the corporate media has not shown you in terms of what was really going on in Kenosha in the aftermath of the Jacob Blake shooting. There's video of horrendous attacks on citizens there in Kenosha. Tucker Carlson showed a video, dozen people stomping and beating a white business owner that was trying to protect his business. And he was surrounded by a swarm of mostly peaceful protesters who kicked and stomped this man into the ground. It looked a lot like Reginald Denny getting pulled out of his truck after the Rodney King verdict. But the media won't put that in your face and give you an accurate picture of what was going on. And so this young boy, the night before, not the night of the shooting, but the night before, went to Kenosha, it's my understanding. His mother didn't drive him there, the lies, and he crossed the state line with a gun. It's not true, the gun was already over in Kenosha, but he signed up and wanted to protect his community and provide medical help to people who were being brutalized. It's all on tape. And we want to sit around and second guess Kyle Rittenhouse. What's he doing there? He should have stayed at home, blah, blah. And some of that I can almost understand if it were consistent. If we're going to second guess Kyle Rittenhouse's behavior, why was he there? Don't get upset when people say, why did George Floyd resist arrest for 30 straight minutes? Why did George Floyd try to pass off counterfeit bills? Why did George Floyd fill himself up with fentanyl? Again, because if you're going to criticize and second guess Kyle Rittenhouse, you need to be open to people second guessing and criticizing your favorite victim or martyr. And so, again, there are people, just like people will say, I could never see myself doing what Kyle Rittenhouse did. There's a lot of people. I could never see myself doing what George Floyd did. I'd never be in that position. I'd never be hyped up on fentanyl. I'd never be passing off counterfeit $20 bills. And I certainly wouldn't be arguing with the police for 20 or 30 minutes and resisting arrest and talking about I'm claustrophobic and I can't get in the backseat of the car. I wouldn't have done any of that. And I've been pulled over by police many times. I wouldn't have done any of that. And so my problem with many people is there's no consistency of logic. It's just, hey, this is what's trending over Twitter. This is what they're saying over Instagram. This is what I'm supposed to believe because of my skin color, and I want to fit in, and I don't want to be a sellout, or I don't want to be accused of being racist. I just want personally to protect this country, protect the freedoms that we have in this country. Those freedoms have served me and my family well, and we were not born with a silver spoon in our mouth. And so Kyle Rittenhouse's instincts to protect his community, and that was his community, because again, where he lived in Illinois was a 20-minute drive from Kenosha. His mom lived in Illinois, his dad lived in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's his community, his instincts to protect himself and his community, no different than my father's. My father carried a .38 revolver every day that I knew him, because his instincts was to protect himself, his business, his property. My father pulled that gun several times, protecting his business and himself. He didn't pull it on the police. He pulled it on mostly peaceful criminals. So I just, to me, this is a good day for men with balls. If you don't have any, it's probably a bad day. If you want to see the rise of the matriarchy, it's probably a bad day for you. If you are someone who hears someone banging at the door in the middle of the night, and you think it's criminals trying to break in and rob you, if you're the type of person who would get out of bed and bring your woman with you to go see who's at the door, it's probably a bad day, because you ain't got balls. You're not really a man. You're a coward who doesn't want the responsibility of being a man. You want to run to the media. What a tragedy. Breonna was shot because I wasn't man enough to tell her, baby, you stay back here. I'm going to go see who's at the door. See, when your stupidity of firing that first shot with your woman standing in the room with you, your stupidity cost her her life and escalated a situation. If you're one of those type men, it's a bad day for you. You don't think logically, you think emotionally. You're a coward. Bad day. Good day for me, though. I got no problem with Kyle Rittenhouse. Glad he's free. Glad that there are these 12 courageous jurors that rejected the nonsense put on by the prosecution